Comey for a second. Maureen Comey was for 10 years an extremely successful, dedicated, and ethical assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York. She was a high-ranking person in that office. She became the head of the Public Integrity Unit. She supervised the case against Robert Menendez, the corrupt senator. She tried Ghislaine Maxwell. She tried P. Diddy. The idea that she got fired is a disgrace to the Justice Department. And Jay Clayton, supposedly the U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York, ought to resign himself in disgrace because he allowed this to go on. This is an outrage that this woman got fired.
Let me add to what you're saying. According to a source,
So Maureen Comey is also the daughter of the disgraced former FBI director, James Comey. Gray, why did they fire her?
You tell me. I don't know. Why did they fire her?
Well, let's talk about who she is and what she's done. She is the former federal prosecutor, serving as senior trial counsel in the Southern District of New York from 2016 until her dismissal as of yesterday in July 2025. She has a Juris Doctorate from Harvard Law School. She was the lead prosecutor on two big high-profile cases, both of which we saw convictions for: Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Fortunately, Jeffrey Epstein was unalived in a jail cell. We don't know. Supposedly suicide, they say. And later against Maxwell, she was convicted and given 20 years. Although we didn't see all the charges for Diddy, he did have some sort of conviction for the prostitution piece. So to me, she seems like she was effective in her job. I'm not understanding why they let her go, okay? They said that it was unexpected. Neither she nor the DOJ was provided an official reason. People are saying it's connected with her father and the Trump administration not liking him. I mean, Gray, what do you think it could be?
I'm looking it up now to try to get a better understanding. I believe it probably is something to do with Trump and something to do with her father and things like that, because it seems to be, who's cool with who's good with who. But, I don't want to jump out there and give wrong information on why she was fired.
Okay. Well, while you're researching, I want to play this clip. My issue with Maureen Comey is, even going back to the Diddy trial, and I attended the Diddy trial, I was there in person. They were protecting big names, it appears. They are still protecting big names with Epstein. Let me play this clip. This is a viral content creator that attended the entire trial. Let's hear what she had to say.
You guys wanted celebrity names named in the Diddy trial? Well, guess what? You're not getting them. You know why? Because the government is protecting the names of the celebrities right now. Oh, it gets really crazy today, you guys. So today, we find out that there was a freak-off party in Vegas where a guy named Anton, an escort that gets apparently, allegedly, passed around celebrity circles, was banging somebody, possibly a celebrity's wife, in January in Vegas. And there was 7 to 8 people just sitting around the hotel room watching, some that were celebrities. The defense attorney argued, we need to have these names public, otherwise this is not a fair trial. And Maureen Comey, the government, was like, no, we have to protect these names. Why? Oh, it's because it's the same thing she did during Ghislaine Maxwell. That's why we never got any names. So people can speculate, but right now, the judge decided to agree with Maureen Comey. We're not getting the names.
So, guys, I mean, I'm trying to lay it out there, laying out the pieces. Is Donald Trump sending a message to Maureen Comey? You are trying to protect these people, and I'm tired of it. Because remember, yes, Epstein was arrested under Trump. Yes, I will say that. But he wasn't prosecuted under Donald Trump's administration. He was prosecuted under Joe Biden's administration, who was laying out and doing the investigation for a Ghislaine Maxwell prosecution. Okay, so maybe he did get it without the names. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe he's like, you ain't doing your job, so peace. What do you think?
No, he could have just released it federally. I don't feel like it has nothing to do with I'm gonna go after her. And Trump has a personal reason to go after her. I mean, he has a major issue with her father. He was just accused of basically saying that he made a message to tell people to unalive Trump. So I'd highly doubt that Trump is doing that because she's not doing her job effectively. They haven't released why that she was let go. They're basically just talking about the cases that she was involved with. Also,
That's
maybe
the cases. It's all connected. She could have been hiding information like the client list. Maybe Trump knows that. Up when you don't give me information, that's when the conspiracies fly, and that's when my brain works.
well, I don't think if that's the case, that would be pretty crazy that Trump said, "Oh, okay, you of all people is with this Epstein thing. I'm gonna place all the blame on you." That would be shocking for me.
I mean, you're not a Republican, so you don't think how Trump thinks.
If that's what he did, I mean, like it is. If that's what he did, that's what he did. I can't say yay or nay if he did it or not.
Oh Lord. Okay, well, I got another clip from your favorite news network, Gray. I'm about to play it now. While you gather your thoughts and figure out why she got fired. Go read what the Democrats are saying.
To the Fox News alert, this has been a bad few-week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter. She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maureen Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging as the internet personalities and others, and this show has asked questions about what happened with the files, why did we overpromise and underdeliver? But the president has made his opinion on this very clear over the last couple of days.
I know you want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. It's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements we've had, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, the DOJ recently appeared to acknowledge the existence of an investigation into James Comey, though the basis for that inquiry is unclear. Remember, he was abruptly fired by President Trump in Trump's first term in 2017. So this might be news to you. Maybe you don't even know. James Comey has a daughter who worked in the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York on very high-profile cases, like the Sean Diddy Combs case, like the Epstein saga. Remember, the DOJ also acknowledging that they were investigating former CIA director as well, James Brennan. So she was an assistant prosecutor there in the office. Remember, that was one of the office's most costly prosecutions, and they, according to our legal experts, really came up short. This was a very expensive prosecution, and they did not get a conviction on the most serious charges for Diddy.
So, Gray, I laid it out. There was a very expensive prosecution. She overpromised and underdelivered. What do you think?
Yes, everything that that guy said was correct. They drug Diddy through the mud. Diddy may be able to sue the state for damages. So I mean, like, they basically are trying to fix things. So they're basically like, let's get rid of her. It's just like with sports. I don't know if there's sports fans watching, but if you have a sports team and they spend a bunch on a player or athlete, and then the team doesn't deliver, the first person to get fired is the coach. So
Right.
they probably feel like they wasted money and resources and she didn't deliver.
Facts. I agree. That's fair enough. Um, well, I also think it has to do with this Epstein file stuff. I really do. I believe it's been expensive, but I also believe she didn't do what she needed to do. Um, yeah, I think it's all connected. That's just how my brain works. I think that there's so much happening and it's happening so fast, and I do believe Trump is blaming her for certain things.
Well, before we switch from Epstein, I want to play this joke that's going viral. You've probably seen it.
Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that.
Now, Shane Gillis is a kind of conservative comedian, and for him to make that joke was surprising. So that was at Epstein's last night, and people are saying if you're upset about that joke, then, you're just a horrible person. You're not funny.
Oof. Wow. I mean, you can't tell people how to feel about jokes, guys. Come on.
Did you think it was funny?
It didn't really tickle me, but I wasn't offended by it in any way.
Okay. For sure. I
I
mean,
know you think all conservatives are horrible people. That's how most Democrats think. So, I mean, it's fine. Although I don't label myself as that. I think the only label I say I only want to be known by is a Christian. So, with that being said, sure. I mean, but let's remind everyone that Maureen Comey had her hands in the Diddy trial, because this is big, guys. The fact that they fired her after this, I'm curious, is the judge going to lay off and give him time served and let him out in October? Let's watch this clip real quick.
Was found not guilty on all major charges. So let's have a look at the prosecutor. Her name is Maureen Comey, the daughter of ex-FBI Director James Comey. Maureen was also the prosecutor in the Jeffrey Epstein case, where he allegedly killed himself. So if Diddy is the Jeffrey Epstein of the entertainment industry, then we know that his tapes have leverage with the system. This was a show trial. They didn't even bring in Christina Coram, who was Diddy's right-hand woman for 8 years. She helped organize these freak-off parties. She was like the Ghislaine Maxwell for Jeffrey Epstein. But at the end of the day, let's not get riled up by this news cycle. It's a small club with dirt on each other, and thankfully, we ain't in that club. So let's not focus on Diddy. He's just an asset. It's this corrupt system that's held together by blackmail. He was found not guilty on all major charges. So let's have a look at the prosecutor. Her name is Maureen Comey, the daughter of ex-FBI Director James Comey. Maureen was also the prosecutor.
Sorry.
yeah.
My bad. Great. Does that on laps. But yeah.
I don't feel like that necessarily means anything. A lot of children following their parents' footsteps. My mom worked for the government. I went and worked for the government. Then several of my family members went and worked for the government. So that's very normal as far as like people. You have families that's full of cops. So I can't just say just because they took the same job that that someone's guilty of something. Still think Trump is stupid.
I mean, do you think that that's why you think she was under investigation?
They said she was fired. Nobody said she was under investigation. She was fired.
Yeah, because they found something.
Yeah, but what is it? No one knows,
I
right?
know. But that's the problem. This is the thing. He claims that he's the most transparent administration, but I've never been so confused in all my life. Do you think that Biden was more transparent? Like, what do you think? Like, am I wrong for feeling like this? Like, let's remove our parties aside and political associations. Looking at this objectively, I'm very confused. I'm going to be honest with you.
So here's the thing objectively. Objectively, we didn't have a president before that was on Twitter, that was acting a fool, that was very animated, just saying everything. We had very rational, calm people. I mean, just look at the years that we've been alive. There's never been a president since we've been alive with these type of antics. Obama was very secretive about when his mission against Osama bin Laden. George Bush was, not very much doing anything. And Bill Clinton was keeping so many secrets that, he was caught in infidelity. And Joe Biden is accused of being Sleepy Joe and not doing anything. So Trump is the only person that's like out there just running his mouth over and over and over and over. And then so if it was someone else, it wouldn't be this big thing that it was hidden because they're not out there running their mouth. Trump talks so much. So of course people want answers.
Wow. I don't know. This is crazy. I'm actually confused, and this is what happens when you don't give information. Everybody's honestly really confused.
It's extremely confusing, and the more stuff that happens, the more the conspiracies are going to grow and grow and grow and grow. MAGA was built on conspiracies, so I'm not surprised that conspiracies are what's tearing MAGA apart.
Yeah, but in all fairness, it's not just MAGA that's talking about conspiracies. It's people on all sides talking about it right now. Don't you think that everybody has an opinion right now? It's not a Republican thing at this point. Everybody's minds are rolling.
Well, this is the thing. Why I said with MAGA, because Democrats already kind of knew Trump was a liar. So like it's not like they're very surprised. This is just big because of what's happening that MAGA is actually attacking Trump and saying, why isn't this out? The people who supposedly care so much about children and minors being harmed. So that's what makes it a big thing. I don't think you're going to see the Democrats now politically in government saying, okay, like let's get the Epstein files out. All the Republicans vote against it. You're not going to see Republicans and MAGA come together based on this, but you're going to see everybody say, hey, we want the information. Everybody wants the information, no matter what side of the aisle you're on.
Wow. I mean, can we talk about how people are turning on Trump, though? Unfortunately, uh, Nick Fuentes crashed out yesterday.
Yeah,
He has a valid point here. Can I play the clip? It wasn't
yeah,
that
I
big
want
of
to
a-
see
It
it.
wasn't. All right, I'm gonna play the clip, guys. And I'll say this: I'm gonna give Nick some credit. I don't support Nick in not supporting Trump, but I support Nick in his point that people have sacrificed a lot to support Trump.
We need hundreds of Republicans to lose in this next cycle. You don't want our support now? Then fine. You don't get it. And let the Democrats impeach Trump. Let them impeach Trump. Let them fuck up this administration and torch his legacy. What a joke. And you know something? For all of the waving the bloody shirt of Trump, constantly talking about the things he's been through, he's the biggest victim. How many of his supporters went to jail on his behalf after January 6th? Did Trump do anything for them? Did he raise money for them? Did he talk about them, defend them? No. Many of them he didn't even fully pardon. He just commuted their sentence. How about all of the people that lost their jobs due to the vaccine that he created? How about all of the people that lost their jobs or got canceled supporting him in the first election that got beat up or killed? How many people got killed or had their businesses destroyed during the BLM riots because Sean Hannity was telling him it would be good for his reelection if BLM did their worst in all the major cities? It's not just him. We've all been in the fight for 10 years. We've all had our share of the suffering in one way or another. With our families, with our jobs, with our colleges, with social media, with our businesses, with the government. How many people have caught charges and for one reason or another, or had other issues? And now he says, if you're not on board with the Epstein cover-up, oh, I don't want your support. You're a weakling. Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are.
Wow. He had a whole lot to say. I bet you like that, Gray.
Well, Nick Fuentes has become the person that's on the right saying, oh, I'm a conservative, or I believe in all these hard right ideas, but he's constantly critiquing the right. The only thing that I will sympathize with MAGA on, because I've heard from a lot of MAGA people who family members did stop talking to them or stop liking them or whatever. So there is people that sacrificed a lot to support Trump, just regular voters to people, January 6ers, to
That's
politicians,
true. Like even me personally with my family, I've lost relationships, and it's hard to maintain relationships because people look at you in a different way because you vote for Trump. And so, I mean, even though that's small and minute, it really is a big factor in your life.
absolutely. I mean, because there's people like people probably knew people for years. People divorced over this election because of Trump, and so like that's extremely selfish of Trump to say, you know what, I'm just going to be the biggest victim, which he's been doing for all this time, and then not make good on his promises. I I mean, you're a Trump voter. Is there anything? Well, the border is what you believe the only promise he's made good on, right?
Uh, so let me say this. The gender war stuff, I like that that men will not be in women's sports. We put a halt on having men in women's bathrooms. So those are positive things. Um, Having a faith director in the White House and government to me is a positive because, um, I think that this country, whether you like it or not, was founded on Christian values. And that's a part of it, unfortunately. Yes, we should have freedom of religion. You can choose whatever you want, but certain of our values were founded on that, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. Also, I do appreciate, he's big on family values. I didn't like when Biden had those nasty people that hit the White House. I won't get into details on it, but there were things that I didn't like that Biden's administration was doing, and we got away from that. So those are the W's for me. Also, the border has never been safer in the past 4 years than under Donald Trump. I do believe the whole immigration system needs to be fixed, and I don't believe it's necessarily doing a big mass deportation. I believe it's working with people, yes, to some extent. But we do need to clean up the border, which I can appreciate. Not just people were coming through that border, guys. Fentanyl, all sorts of things were coming through that border. So thank you, Donald Trump, for cleaning that up. He's also passed a lot of things to crack down on that kind of thing. So yes, those are all W's for me for Donald Trump. However, Donald Trump did not necessarily run on releasing the Epstein files, but he did make mention of it. And I think it's so funny that they scrubbed the internet. We can't find it. And you've watched rallies where he talks about the Epstein files, right?
Yeah, the Epstein files, the MLK files, the JFK files. I mean, they were literally talking about banning the FBI. He put Cash Patel, my bad, Cash Patel, as the head of the FBI, and he was talking about turning the FBI to